Om Shanti. In today's Murli, Baba is talking about one virtue which Baba wants us to adopt from him, and that virtue is egolessness. So Baba says, just like I'm egoless, so you also become egoless. And then Baba also talks about purity. So Baba says, just like I am pure, you also become pure. And Baba says, I am called Karan Karavan Har. So Karan Karavan Har means I act in order to teach you. So I play my role so that I can teach you. And that's Karan Karavan Har. So I was just thinking that if Baba doesn't come and present himself, through words, acts, we would never get an idea about what purity is, what egolessness is, or what, being loveful is, or what is powerful, or the truth. So I really had a lot of gratitude for Baba today that, Baba comes just to teach us and show us in action what it is like to be virtuous. Because this whole journey of 84 births, we completely forget who we are and our qualities. And then when Baba comes and we make contact with Baba, then we are able to understand what is what does egolessness look like or purity look like. And then when we look inside, we are able to figure that out within us also, because I know that I'm Baba's child and I know it's there. So, have you seen that? So the other day, there was this sister, and she was looking for a packet of cumin seeds, and then I told her it's in that cupboard, and then she looked around in the cupboard, and then she said, no, it's not there, I couldn't find it. So I said, no, it's there, definitely there, I'm sure it's there, you go and find it. It's there, and I know it's there, I've kept it. So then she looked a little deeper, and then she found it. So, I think that, sometimes when Baba also says, you also have peace, purity. So we say, okay, probably, you have it, but not me. But then Baba keeps asserting that, no, you're my child, and by virtue of that, you have it. Of course you have it. You look a little harder, deeper. And then when we start, thinking about ourselves as Baba's child, and then I understand that this is what purity looks like, this is what egolessness is like, then I am able to look for it within myself also. And in that looking and searching, because now I know what I'm looking for. And then Baba says that it's not by accident that you are here learning from me. So obviously you are those deity souls who had it all within you. So in a very emerged form. So now that I come and teach you, you learn it, you get it, and you come to that awareness, that realization, and that virtue and power emerges inside you. And this is something very beautiful that Baba is saying. So today, Karan Karavan Har, Baba is coming and teaching us so how to be, what to do, what is the truth, and his whole purpose of coming and expressing himself through words, through drishti, through behavior, is so that we could pick on it and understand who are we like actually. And Baba says that you have to become egoless like me. Now the thing is, this word egoless is very confusing, because it is egoless, but then what is it like? So egolessness is a state where there is no ego, but then what is it like? So that is a question that we will explore today. So you see that ego is kind of the false personality that we are carrying around, which is not in sync with our true personality as a soul. So ego is all that bandage and that cover and that labels that we are carrying around in our consciousness. So when we are egoless, what are we like? We are like Baba. And what is Baba like? So, in awareness of the truth and in a complete embodiment of peace, purity, love, joy, bliss, power, that's what we are like when we are egoless. So, what does ego do? So, ego is very interesting. Ego brings us into I and my consciousness. And then we start restricting our peacefulness, lovefulness to certain situations and start blocking it in others. So, that is what ego does. So, ego is basically a mechanism which programs you to block the flow of your own virtues. And that's how it goes, because you see that if you look at the voice of attachment, what does it do? It says you can only be loveful, sweet, smiling, showering love on those who belong to you and not on others. So when you are with others, when you don't have a relationship with them, no blood relation, then you cannot even smile, because those who smile without a reason are mad. So that is what ego tells you. And then, even with people who you are related by blood, if you have had an argument, or they said something which you didn't like, then you cannot smile at them. So sometimes ego will tell you that you can cook for them, you can serve them, but don't smile. If you smile, then there's a problem. So all of these things, ego teaches us how to block our energy of love, or our energy of, or our capacity to share and bring benefit to others. So ego will tell you that you can only benefit those who are related to you, or those who can give something to you back, or those who those who are like you, or those who are who you owe something. So you cannot share and be a giver with everybody. So even when it's time, or even thought, or energy, or anything that has to do with their benefit, you cannot do it for everybody. That's what ego teaches you. But Baba is, when we know Baba egoless, what is egoless? So Baba knows that I am the ocean of knowledge, purity, peace, love, happiness, bliss and power. So in every action, every interaction, I just have to be myself. I just have to be myself. So Baba is not, so when Baba comes, what he does is, he is the truth, he is the ocean of peace, he is the ocean of love, purity, bliss, power, and he is just himself in every action, every interaction. So he doesn't change himself for anybody. So you sit, he sits, whoever sits in front of him, he will speak the truth because that's what he knows. He will not say, he will not think that, okay, this person is impure and he will get disturbed and perturbed if Baba spoke about purity. No, Baba will speak about purity come what may. So anybody sitting before Baba, Baba doesn't mind. Baba will in his purity speak about purity. Because Baba is the truth, and he will just be himself wherever he is. So, and I use he because of a lack of pronoun. Baba is not a he or she, but we don't have a pronoun for somebody who is genderless, so we use he. So Baba says that I am myself, I am truth, I am peace, I am love, I am happiness, I am power all the time, and in all my actions, all my interactions. So what is egoless? Egoless is realizing that I, as Baba's child, am also like that. And I also have to be myself in every action, every interaction, every second of the drama. So there is nothing that, there is no reason why I should stop being peaceful or loveful. So, we get caught up in this loss and gain. So if there is loss, then you have to lose your peace and happiness over it. But Baba says, no, peace and happiness is your quality. How can you lose it over anything? So this is just a scene in drama, and even if something happens and you think that is lost, that's what you think, but that's just a scene in drama. So you continue to be yourself despite the scene. And I remember, I have shared this in class earlier also, that once I was in Baba Milan, and so Bab Dada was sitting in Gulzar Dadi's body, and that was on the stage, and we were all sitting in the hall. And then suddenly there was this big sound on the stage, and the sound was pretty huge, and it was 31st December, and there were balloons on the stage, and suddenly one big balloon just blew. So so that was the sound on the stage. And I was looking at Bab Dada at that time, and there was not even a blink in the eye. And that was a sudden sound, and then Bab Dada was absolutely like still calm, and everybody in the hall was looking here and there, and they were all thinking, where did this sound come from? Excuse me. So everybody was wondering, is there reason to worry, or what is it? And here it was Bab Dada absolutely still calm, himself. So that was beautiful to watch. And that is egoless. So egoless is when you don't have this sense of I, mine, and there are no cords attached to the external world. So in the face of varied atmospheres, in the face of varied circumstances, sights, sounds, behaviors, you can just be yourself, because it is your ego which tells you that you have to behave according to the other, or how you relate to the other according to that. So Baba says that this is egoless. And who are you essentially? You are knowledgeful, loveful, peaceful, happy, blissful. You have this quality. So who is Baba? Baba is the benevolent one, somebody who always brings benefit. And who are we? We are Master Kalyankari. So essentially, we are giver souls. So that's our quality. So Baba says, when you are egoless, you will be like this. So you will be a giver, you will be pure, you will be loveful, peaceful, happy, knowledgeful all the time. Because, it is ego that blocks all of this. Now, first, the thing is that Baba says that you have to take this quality from me. So obviously, being egoless is not about choosing to be egoless only. It's about making contact with the template of egolessness. So because if I am not in relationship with Baba, I cannot be egoless. So it's not like I just plan to be egoless. So if you just plan to be egoless, then probably you will end up being shameless, not egoless. So, so, so there is a difference between egoless and shameless. And when people say that I don't mind what the circumstances are, I don't mind I don't mind the behaviors of people, I can just be myself. So it could have a very wrong interpretation also, because you're full of vices and you will not even mind where to express the vice or where to not. And then you will be vicious all the time, which is equal to shameless. And that also happens in many cases, because these days, so I think that there is this whole spectrum, that in Satyug, in Treta Yuga, you are egoless, and then then vices creep in, and then we have this whole morality, which is also part of ego, so that you don't unleash your vices always. So there is this whole set of rules that are created by society, so that you are vicious, and so that you are not always vicious, so you are given a whole code of conduct. So you are told that you can be angry, but only with this and this, not with that and the other. So you can be lustful, but not with this one, with that one. So that is all a part of ego, a part of conditioning, right? So you think that I am this person, and then this is my sister, and this is my brother, and that is my husband and wife, and then you operate, you choose your vices according to your roles and labels, right? Is it not? So attachment also you can have with some and not with everybody. Greedy you can be in some situations, not everybody. So even if you have a lot of greed, so when you go to the temple, you cannot steal from the temple. That's what we are told. So all these things, morality is given, or this ego bandage is put on us, so that we do not just casually be vicious all the time. And then Baba says that you remove the ego bandage, but before that you have to imbibe who you are really. So that we have to take from Baba, the knowledge, the virtues, the powers. And if we don't take from Baba and just plan to be egoless, plain, just like that, then we will end up being very shameless. So let's say that I don't know the difference between love and lust and attachment, and then I say that my nature is lust and attachment, and I can be lustful and attached anyway. So So then that becomes a problem because we don't know what is loveful, we don't know what is peaceful. And then, peaceful, we always think that keeping quiet and taking a corner of the house is peaceful. So then, if I don't know really how to be unaffected and peaceful, then what will happen is I will start dissociating from everybody. So, we need to understand that in order to be egoless, in order to be yourself and in your true nature all the time, we have to have Baba as, I have to have that relationship with Baba through which I realize myself properly. Because if I don't realize myself, I cannot be egoless. Because right now, my current identification is ego. So I work with those labels and titles and relationships and roles. And if those don't restrict me, those don't restrict my behavior, then I should really know who I am and what my qualities are, and I should realize myself completely. So that is why Baba says that without me, you cannot have this quality of egolessness. So if I don't have to use ego, I must get in touch with my virtues, my truth. And that only I can do when I have good contact with Baba. So this is something that Baba is telling us. And then Baba says that you have to become pure like me. So, and the symbol of purity is the lotus flower. And what is the quality of the lotus flower? So the lotus is just uninfluenced by, untouched by the dirt around. So Baba also has this quality. Baba comes in this old world full of vices, yes, but the vices don't touch Baba. And Baba comes in this impure world, performs his act, purifies the whole world, but he is completely uninfluenced by the impurity of this world. And so I will tell you one situation. So at that time, I was not into Gyan, and there was this person who was into Gyan, and we went to a temple together. Okay, and at that time, so in that temple at the entrance, what they did is they just had the stick and they beat your head with that stick. So at the entrance, this is how you are greeted at the temple. So this is the Puri temple in Odisha, so Jagannath Puri. So they have a stick and they beat your head with that stick, and this is how you are let into the temple. Now what happened is, I suddenly got very irritated because of that thing, and I was going first time into the temple, so I didn't know this is a ritual or something. And the person who was with me, he was a BK, and then he just was very calm at that time. So very calm, cool, and very happily he took those beatings and then he went. So then, so I just saw that, and the next time I went to that temple because then I was staying in that region, so I frequented that temple. So the next time when that same thing happened, I remembered that person and how calm and composed he was when that beating was being given. And then I also could be calm, composed, and smile at that time. So it is very beautiful that when you see somebody who is uninfluenced, you can actually draw that quality into yourself. It is very beautiful, and when you are related to somebody and then that one has that quality, then it's even easier to draw that into yourself. And Baba says that you are my child, I am your father, and look how I am. I'm pure. I come in this world and I'm just myself. I don't get disturbed, affected by any impurity in this world. And Baba says, when you just think about yourself as my child and think about who I am, you will draw that purity into yourself. And that quality of purity is very powerful, because then you can be in the world and be uninfluenced and then also radiate that quality to the world. Yes, but then Baba says that one thing is you have to have yoga with the purifier if you want to become pure. But also, you have to not just have yoga with the purifier, but when you have yoga with the purifier, you also have to give up your acts of impurity. Because you are doing things out of attachment and lust and ego and anger, and all that is impure in this world. So you have to also take, you also have to have this caution, and you have to abstain from these acts of impurity. So Baba says your body, mind and wealth, they are the ones creating these impure accounts. So when you use it viciously, when you use it under the influence of vices, your body, mind and wealth, then your quality of purity is getting lost. So A is you have yoga with the ocean of purity. B is you start paying attention to keeping your body, mind and wealth pure. So don't engage your senses, your body, your mind, your wealth under the influence of vices. So don't let lust drive your decisions of what to see, what to hear, what to do with the body, or don't let anger or greed or attachment also do the same. And also, your wealth, because wherever your wealth will go, your mind will go. So if you are giving your wealth to souls who are not pure, full of vices, then your mind will also be affected by those vices. So Baba says that, you have to be pure like me, and Baba gives us the template of purity, and Baba also gives us the method to reach that. So one method is, of course, yoga, which is knowing who you are and realizing yourself as Baba's child, and understanding Baba and understanding that you are an embodiment of the same virtue. So that is one thing, that is yoga. But again, there are certain teachings also, because Baba teaches us how to move from impurity to purity. So Baba tells us that, these kind of abstinence is also necessary. And then also for egolessness, Baba says that A is you consider yourself to be a soul and Baba's child. And then to be egoless, you also have to practice divine virtues. So, start speaking softly, start, this overthinking and the stressful thinking. Pay attention that you're not doing it. So Baba says that this is how you draw into yourself the qualities that I have, and I'm Karan Karavanhar, and I come and teach you through words, the method to reach these qualities, and also through my acts. I teach you what is it like to be pure and egoless. So this is what Baba is saying today. And then Baba today says that you now know so many things which others in the world don't know. And Baba mentions many things. Baba says that you know who you are, you know who Baba is, you know the cycle. But Baba today says that you know something very special about yourself, which is every soul has a whole recording inside itself. Yes, and if so, in the world, nobody even knows that you are a soul. That is one thing. Second thing, they don't know that a soul has a man, buddhi, and sanskar. So that's a revelation which Baba makes, which nobody knows. But today Baba is focusing on the fact that every soul has a pre-recorded part inside itself. So, and that is amazing, and this is very beautiful information that Baba gives. So do you understand that so in earlier times there used to be these gramophones which had this, this needle, and the needle would strike a certain place and then the record inside will play. Yes, so there was this gramophone. Now Baba says you are also like a record, and time is the needle. And whenever it is, whatever time it is in these 5,000 years, that part of you starts emerging. But then it is always you, and there is no comparison between you and the other, because in a similar circumstance, the other person, the other soul will emerge that part which is recorded in them at that point of time. So this is why there is no comparison. We are all full of variety of records. And then maybe what you're seeing in the other person right now may be your part 5 years later. So then when the clock ticks 5 years later, then you will start emerging that part. So it's a factor of time, it's a factor of what record is inside. And just like, with time, there is this advent of Ravan, and with time, there is advent of Baba. So when it's time, Ravan comes, and then the ugly part in us emerges. And then we get, so used to it that we forget ourselves. And then when it's time, Baba comes, and then Baba keeps showing us the mirror. Baba says, you see, I'm like this, you're my child, you're also like this. And then our, the divine part inside us starts emerging. But then it will only emerge differently in each other, because it is not that Baba gives us this part, it is just that it emerges. So Baba cannot make you peaceful or loveful. That which is recorded inside you, that loveful and peaceful state, will emerge. And the most important thing that Baba says is, this whole design, that what part is fixed inside every soul, what recording is recorded inside every soul, it's not decided by me. Baba says that's Kudrat. In Hindi it is called Kudrat, it's nature, it's the design. And so there are three forces. There is the soul, which does karma, right? There is Baba, who teaches karma, yes. And then there is Kudrat, which is, and the way we express this Kudrat is, it is what it is. So then there is a design, and then I and Baba, the soul and Baba, act according to the design. So Baba teaches according to the drama, I learn according to the drama, but there is a drama and there is a design, and we are all restricted by it. So if I have a part inside me, then that will emerge, and if it is not there, then it cannot emerge. So Baba says that this is how it is, and then there is also a time. So before Baba comes, you cannot get in touch of your divinity. But when Baba comes also, we get in touch with our divinity number wise, because inside us the recordings are different. Is it making sense? Are you understanding or not? Yes. So there are three things. It's not like I can do whatever I want. It's not like God can do whatever I want. I can do something, God can do something more, but we are all restricted by drama. So Baba also cannot come in Dwapar Yuga if he chooses to. Oh, my children are sad, let me go and correct them. No. Baba is also restricted by the design. And then Baba comes at his own time, and then Baba just expresses himself the way he is, and then that starts acting as a catalyst, and then the part within us which was there in Satyug or the last cycle, it starts emerging, and then we also start doing everything according to our part. So when you look at the whole system, the whole design, it's really beautiful. So Baba says this is something that you know, and we are not equal in any case, we are not similar in any case, we are all very unique with very unique parts. And I always like to put it like this, that we are all pre-recorded CDs, right? And nobody can change that. We are all pre-recorded, but right now we are in the wrong covers. So what Baba does is puts us in the right cover. So we are all pre-recorded CDs, but the covers are all interchanged. So right now maybe my pre-recording is divine, but then I am in a very devilish cover. So, and I also start thinking that I am probably devilish, but then when Baba comes, Baba just puts me in the right cover, and then I know that I am this one, and others also know that I am this one. So this is how it is, but the pre-recording is there, so everybody has different songs in them, different part in them, that stays as it is, but Baba only puts the right label. So when Baba comes, we all come back to who we really are. Not we don't have confusion about who I am really or who that person is really, but we cannot change who we are. So we are who we are. So but whatever wrong cover we have been put into, we will get that right. So that is what. So if I have been a deity, and now I am under the perception that I am a very egoistic and ill-mannered person, then Baba will change that and remind me that I am a deity. But if I came in Kali Yuga and I don't have any divine qualities, then Baba will just put me back to my original state, which is Kali Yugi, not many qualities, but yes, some qualities. So that is how it is. So this is Baba's Murli today.